Oh my goodness. Oh, welcome everybody. Hope everybody's having a fabulous morning. I think I'm on my third or fourth cup of coffee. Yeah, need the hearts. Need the hearts. So, welcome. It is snowing. Yeah, yeah, it's snowing a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. It's like minus 10 outside. It's very wet, heavy snow. Um, so, but by next week, it's going to be 20 plus. And then by the weekend, it might be raining and snowing again. But hey, you know, it's crazy weather and it goes along with the astrology. We're on the eve of a new moon. And yeah, I have a new moon meditation tomorrow. And for everybody who comes and joins, it's going to, I don't know what I have my something. Sorry. It's $44 and people are going to get like a little tiny mini reading with that. So for whoever um is joining me tomorrow evening. Yeah, I'm early today. I've been up since probably 2:30 this morning, 3 o'clock. Yeah, yeah. So that's a story for another day. Gotta process everything, but we're here right now. Yeah. So we are in this dark phases. And I mean, you know what? It is. This is a wake up call for people. If you're not paying attention to things in your life, and nobody's off the hook, nobody's off the hook for this shit. With a stallion and Aries, if somebody's coming to you, and I'm serious, if someone came to me like, oh well, my life's great. Oh well, nothing's happening to me right now. I call bullshit. I really call bullshit because there, if it isn't, it sure the hell will start because with Mars meeting up with lovely little Saturn, I don't think anybody's really off the hook with this. Nobody's off the hook with this energy. It is transformational. It is change. It is making you wake up. It's getting you to see things through truth. And if you're not seeing that, if you're not doing that, if you're just like la 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 la, or and even if let's say you are going la 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 la, right? Then there's something there you're avoiding, right? There's something there that you're not really looking at in your life, and it could be something that you just sort of dismiss or something that you don't really want to take a look at, right? So Mars meeting up with Saturn and then the sun going to meet up with Chiron, it's going to reveal those wounds. It's going to reveal those things that are not, you're not looking at. And it's interesting, and it's, important to look at where Aries is in your house. There's a lot of positive to this because there's a lot of movement. It's a lot of forward movement. It's getting people to see things in new ways. And being in the dark phases of the moon, which is the balsamic phases or the devil days, it's the final exhale before the ignition. And let me tell you something, it's not quiet, peaceful, or sit on your couch energy. This is a moment where everything in your life is, are you doing this or not? It's not sitting around and trying to, oh, well, maybe I'll push it off till next week. No, that's not what it is. So if you've been, say, avoiding a relationship, if you've been avoiding financials, if you've been avoiding, um, I don't know, this is two things that come in my mind: financials, relationships, job, your business, your spiritual life, your health, your what you do, adventure. If you haven't been actually stepping in and living your life and you've been just sort of avoiding and hiding, then you're going to find that this is going to be a real shakeup kind of thing, because it's closing a chapter and of a wound cycles that started in 2018, 2019 when Chiron entered Aries. And let's not forget, the last major activation of this was April 8th, 2024, with a total solar eclipse in the United States. That eclipse cracked something open. And now this new moon is the integration point of that. So this moment is a moment of decision. And Mars is now in Aries, its home sign. It's moving towards Saturn. This is where it gets real. This is not manifestation fluffy, stuff. This is pick your direction, pick your identity, and pick your life. And stop hovering in, I don't know, I'm unsure, or maybe later. No, that energy is done. And this energy, this is a type of energy, good morning, that when somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, I won't, I don't know what to do," or there's a lot of shit happening in your life and you're still playing the victim card. You're still playing the card of, "Oh, but, I'm just so stressed. I'm overwhelmed. Why is this happening to me?" Well, there's certain reasons why that shit's happening to you, right? There, there's karmic energy that's coming in. And Aries rules the first house. So this has to do with you and how you make the decisions you make in your life, how you go forward in your life. And when you're making those decisions, or what you have avoided to make, and the type of decisions in your life. And sometimes you get woken up at certain times to say, "Hey, you got to start paying attention to this. This is the wake up call. This is the new energy that's coming forth for this." And it is. It is frustrating. It is overwhelming for many people. And I definitely can have compassion and empathy for people going through a lot of stuff right now. But what I don't have empathy and compassion for is people finding and complaining about shit all the time and not doing anything about it. And then coming to me for the answers and thinking that I'm gonna give you a magical cure for the be all end all, or for whatever the fuck's going on. And that's not Aries energy, and that's not the energy we're stepping into. We're stepping into an energy that is saying that, you know what? Yeah, life can be very hard. Life can be difficult. Life can give you a lot of obstacles, but it's how you are dealing with those obstacles in your life, how you are responding to the obstacles, and not always taking yourself as the fucking victim with it all. And when you do that, it's just, you're not grounding yourself. You're looking for some form of escapism and some form of excuse, that you are looking that somebody can give you the permission to continue acting the way that you would like to act without taking the full responsibility what it is that you need to take within your life. And this could be even decisions you have to make around family, and maybe you have somebody who's very sick and needs to have that care that they need, and sometimes it's very difficult to make those decisions because you feel guilty that you have to make those decisions for that person. Or you are feeling, that you're in this relationship, and this relationship is not doing you anything. Like, you're not, it's a dud kind of thing. And it's time to release it. It's time to let it go. Now, these relationships can be on so many levels. It could be a significant other, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, it could be a child, it could be whatever or whoever, because relationships are in many different forms. It could be your spiritual life. You're not taking your spirituality serious. You're not connecting with your divine. You're not doing the work that you need to do. And that's the other reason why you're always claiming to be a victim. So we have this energy and it's coming in, and you're going to hear so many different astrologers and psychics, and they're going to all basically all be saying the same thing. This is crazy shit happening right now. And it's happening to everybody, both male and female. So it's time to put on your big girl and big boy panties and not dick around anymore. And you're gonna find, and when Uranus hits Gemini, oh, Uranus hits Gemini. It's funny going off this. I'm gonna go off the topic a little bit because the energies, and this is where I look at a lot of the geopolitical and my predictions that I've said. Now, a lot of this energy, especially when Uranus goes into Gemini, is very similar to what Hitler was doing in and around with the Jewish people in World War II. And I find it ironic that a reversal's happening, and it's not particularly with the Jewish people, because I'm gonna blame the political parties or the geopolitical parties that are involved. It's when you start to look at what the governments of these countries are doing, and what they are trying to exploit and how they are trying to exploit it. I find it very interesting because it's very similar to that energy from that timeline with Uranus in there. And this is definitely a wake up. This is definitely a time of like, holy shit. It's where people can't play a certain card and expect everybody to bow to their whims because of something that happened 80 years ago, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 600 years ago, and say, "Oh, look at what happened to me. Look at what happened," but it didn't happen to you. Sorry, honey. It happened maybe to your great-grandparents, it happened to somebody else, but it didn't exactly happen to you. And this is another wake-up call and saying, "Okay, I can't be using excuses anymore." And in seeing also going back, 'cause I'm sort of going in between 2, explanations here, and seeing what's happening, especially over into the Middle East and everything, it's seeing what unfolded with Germany in the 1940s. And I find that, where people have to really start looking at the truth of it all and how and what is unfolding. Because I've always said who you think your enemy is isn't. And who you think your friend is not your friend. And especially when you're looking at the political scene. The other thing too is that we're also seeing, like here in Canada, we just even had our premier come out and say that the government's looking more communist. Like she outrightly said that. I think it was just yesterday, on saying of what they are wanting to implement here in Canada, and especially with the fuel crisis that is going on right now. And where they're really wanting to, and you're gonna see this unfold. You're gonna see this unfold, and I said you're gonna have it, and April 15th has passed. You're gonna see things implemented by May with this bullshit of a, uh, environmental manipulation, let's call it, where they are wanting to, you can't drive on Sundays. 3-day work weeks from home, lowering the cost of buses and making more buses available, implementing more bike lanes. They're having an issue about that in the Northwest Calgary here. People are like, "No." But yeah, it's gonna go through because it's part of the push that's coming in. And this is where it's like, these changes, this energy, that is getting us to sway. Now the thing is, the crazy thing, I mean, and even with New York City having a socialist mayor, is that when you see um when you see an empire crumble, it gets to a point where it's not about the everyday person anymore. It's only about those in power and those that can gain more power, more wealth, more control. And that's what we're seeing right now. And when you're seeing that within the world, then people want a change. People don't want to deal with that. They want to be able to live their life. That's why you have the uproar in Ireland, and now I think in France, and I think in the UK. So you're seeing this uproar of saying, no, we can't afford this anymore. And even with with our government even saying, well, we're gonna take 25 cents off, you know, that's not gonna cut it when you're trying to make a day-to-day um living kind of thing. So these sort of crazinesses and uproars are really coming to the forefront. They're coming to a place where um revolution is there. People are not settled with how everything is unfolding. And this new moon is not an ordinary moon. It is not a typical new moon. Let's, start. No, this is a fire moon with over 9, well, 10 aspects plus in Aries. This is like kicking your ass, getting off getting off the pot and getting shit done type of energy. This is energy of saying, okay, where are your boundaries? Where are you setting up? And what is the direction that you are wanting to go into? And this is where your mind will try to overthink, um, create fear stories, spiral into confusion, or over spiritualize everything. So you don't have to act. So when you see that or when you feel that and you're noticing that within your own life, it's like this is where people go. I just need more clarity. No, you don't need more clarity. You just need to move, right? You just need to start acting. You need that motion because everything right now feels like pulling the trigger on something big. And yeah, that's crazy. That sounds scary because Aries energy is not subtle, it's loud, it's real, it changes things. It brings out the truth. And if it doesn't feel intense right now, you're probably you know, stepping into it. And here's the gift of it all. Mars is sextiling over to Pluto, which is nice because when there's a sextile, that means planets are having sex. So they're quite happy. That's what I was taught. So this is where the universe is literally saying it's not as complicated as you think. We've been living in an overanalyzed, emotionally overwhelmed, too many moving parts, and now the solution is simple. One step, one direction, one decision. For me, it's doing full moon readings. So if you're, wanting to do full moon readings, definitely get a hold of me. If you want to join me for the the new moon meditation, yes, I have space. And for my diamond and dragon workshop, which is 6 weeks, yeah, come, let's do this. Let's create these things so that we can stand more in our power and our truth and our divinity and our sovereignty. And right now at the skies, when you look at it, this is everything is clustered. Everything's like it's all in the first sign. And this is where you got Aries and Taurus and Gemini coming in fast with Uranus and Cancer, Jupiter and Cancer. This is a cosmic reset point. It's a beginning. It's the only planet way out ahead. And Pluto and Aquarius, we are being pulled into the future we don't fully understand. Things are changing so rapidly and so quickly. It's very difficult to um put your finger on it all. And then we have Chiron in Aries is the core wound. This is the real work I feel today is that We are still holding back because we're afraid to be seen. You don't feel good enough. You think you'll get it wrong. You're trying to prove something that's the wound. And today, you don't need to fix it. Okay? By thinking about it. You fix it by moving, right? You fix it by moving. And you fix it by taking those steps in the direction of what it is and where you need to go. And with the moon is squaring over to Jupiter, there's emotions, doubt can creep in. But the truth, the path, um, the path to real comfort is going to go through the discomfort. And there's no shortcut around this right now. And this is where I know today, I'm going to do a few little postings here and there. I probably won't be online for very much. I'm exhausted. But I know that change and things that have unfolded are positive, and embracing what the positive is out of all that. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Hell yeah. It is very uncomfortable. Is it going to cause disruption? Yeah, a lot of disruption. But it's something that needs to happen. Needs to happen. And it needs, and that's with us all. I was listening to Leo Kinks. His divorce is finally finalized, and then they're going through they have 50-50 custody and all of that with his divorce. But it is like, yeah, you have to redo everything in your life, right? How you got your kids that day, there's certain things you can't do. Um, this is where things start to really change. And sometimes that can be an inconvenience where been able to come and go as you please and do whatever you want and maybe spend the money the way that you want. And now, no, you can't. You have a responsibility, or the responsibilities is going in a different direction. And that there's compromises that need to be taken. And that's an important part to all of this, is that there's going to be, like, yeah, some of the things that you might want to do, or um, there's going to be compromise in it. Things that you thought that you were going to do, yeah, there's going to be changes in it. I was talking to um, client just briefly. Anyways, they're from the UK, and they were making holiday plans for, I think it was June, because they have a different school system than us. I think it's June. Anyways, and they wanted to go to, I don't know if it was, I think it was Spain, to go to Spain and Portugal. And she was saying that they don't know if they're going to have fuel. And I'm like, fuel? And but she talks he- so he's sorry, somebody just messaged me. So they don't know if there's gonna be enough fuel for airplanes in the UK, and so they have to wait and see, um, and things like that. So things, for a lot of people, like, your plans might change where you think you're gonna do something, and all of a sudden the plans change. You're not doing that. You're going in a different direction, or something else has come up, something has stopped you from doing the things that you thought you were going to do. And it can be frustrating, it can be overwhelming. But we also have the North Node in Pisces, and this is where you talk to God, not from fear, but from embodiment, where you say, I see the path, I don't fully understand it, but I'm walking it. Putting your trust in the divine and in the universe, that's faith, and having that faith. And when you are doing that walking, you're stepping in that direction, you're going to find that there's a lot more peace and calm in it, in amongst all the fury and the uprising and the craziness that is forcing us to change. And some of the forces that are having us to change, we don't have control over. So, I got 2 cards this morning when I was playing with the cards. I shuffled a couple times, it kept coming out, and it was the Hermit reversed and the Chariot reversed. And that was powerful, and it was like, "Stop hiding. Stop waiting. Stop trying to control the journey." And the Chariot reversed is the fear of movement, fear of surrender, fear of, "I have to do this. I have to go forward, and I don't want to." And the Chariot card is, I think, number 7, and so it is that it's a very powerful card in the tarot because it has all the elements of the major arcana in there, and it's the movement away from something that you know, right? You have the knowledge, you have the heart, you have the protection to do it all. You have the staff, which is the magician's staff. You have everything you need to do it. It's doing it, right? It's getting out there. It's trusting. Like, I am at a critical point right now in the crossroads within my own life on the direction. Do I go? Do I go backwards? Do I go back to what I know, which I know would probably fucking kill me to do that? Or do I trust and I have to go forward in this? But in doing that, there's work I have to do. I can't just sit around and expect the universe just to create the courses and create everything for me. No, I have to do it. I have to do the work. Um, do I like doing the work all the time? I do. Do I get tired from it? Absolutely. Does it drain me at times? Absolutely. But it's something that this is a wake up call to let people know, in order to create something you want, you got to fucking work at it. It's not just going to come to you, right? You got to educate yourself on it. You got to do whatever it is that you need to do. If you are wanting that relationship, then you're going to have to look at, well, maybe we have to go to counseling. Maybe we have to, do something, and that's very, very important. So, as we go forward, as we go forward, this is about deciding, moving, embodying, even if your hands are shaking. And this is also where you don't need to know the whole path. You just need to stop standing still, because tomorrow that moon hits. And whatever you choose right now, that's what's going to get ignited. Yeah, baby. So I'm going to send you out with so much love and joy and happiness and peace. And may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all you be and all you do. Have a blessed one, everybody. And step forward into this newness. It's exciting. It can be scary, but it's exciting as well. Have a blessed one. Bye bye. You don't need to know the whole plan, period. You just need to stop standing still.
Did that guy just throw a hot dog? Hot dog. They wanna grill me like a hot dog. Did that guy just throw a hot dog? Hot dog. They wanna. Did that guy just throw a hot dog? Hot dog. They wanna grill me like a hot dog.
His boss will pick him up every day.